I mean, I got the tone right, suddenly feeling incredibly intimidated. There's so many lines, I feel quite hungry. Hi, I'm Tom McKay, and I play Henry in the Kingdom Come Deliverance series. Let's see if I can remember my iconic lines. Al dente's, Fortuna Juvat.
Anyway, this Aldens, whatever. What does that actually mean?
Audentes fortuna juvat. Fortune favours the brave.
That's a nice gentle one to start with. I had done about, I think, 508 hours in the voiceover booth. They're actually checking it with the Guinness Book of World Records at the minute to see if it is the biggest script in a video game that's ever been produced. So that's my caveat if I'm not very good at this game. Females, who says this? I mean, it's got to be Hans Capon, hasn't it?
What's the matter? Females! Let's go to them.
There's really only one contender for that line in this game. We became great friends on this game, and we met playing these characters. And there is that kind of dynamic that we have anyway as people. It does kind of mirror how we really are. Let me see who's on the leaderboard. I feel the pressure. Yeah, you've got some very good people there. I'm suddenly feeling incredibly intimidated. My leg, damn it, you idiots. I did the majority of this years, not months ago, and several years in some cases. And there's so many lines. There's no way I'm going to be able to remember what comes next.
My leg, damn it! You idiot!
No, that was just a warning shot. Surrender, or the next one will go straight through your guts.
See, I remember it when I see it, but that was a long time ago. That's from a cutscene, which means it was 4.5 years ago. One of the things I love most about the second game is how the darker corners that you can go into, and particularly with Henry, the kind of really dark choices and the kind of much more complex and murky stuff that you can make him do. But you can't do that unless you've got those kind of really light, silly, fun moments. Got a brilliant cast of characters that have joined us, no more so than Doug Russell that we just saw, who plays Dry Devil. And they all have that, they've got such a range that they're all able to do the kind of dark, challenging things, but they're also bloody funny. Maybe I think I probably can do this. Name 2 Czech swear words. Kurva, which pops up a lot in the game, which I'm getting better at pronouncing. I'm certainly not perfect.
What did he say?
Nothing nice, I'd imagine. But he forgot to add, Kurva!
What about the rest?
Sakra! Always people want me to say, I feel quite hungry. That's the biggest line that people want to hear.
I feel quite hungry!
Almost always they want me to say that I'm hungry, which is fine because I usually am. So this is me talking normally. I'm from the Midlands. I speak quite fast because I lived in London for like 20 years, which I think is just... But the accent for Henry, he's a tiny bit slower than me. I don't know if you can hear it. There's a slight West Country sound to the way he speaks. So just getting that flavour of someone who's got a kind of earthy quality, someone that's grown up in a smaller place. Oh, Henry, how many times have I told you about fighting? That's my mum. It's something like, Mum, stop moaning, leave me alone, because he's waking up, isn't he?
Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
I mean, I got the tone right, if not the actual line. It's been like a gorgeous journey of enlightenment, if you like. I started very much in theatre for like 7 years, and then now I pretty much only do TV with some theatre dotted in. But with this, the game is of course finite, but the kind of tentacles of the story, and at least in the case of an open world RPG like ours, are so much further reaching. The power the player has over the narrative is incredible and really, really exciting. And I was like, this is an incredibly exciting medium to work in, and one that I want to continue working in for that reason. I think like the Baldur's Gate series is a very obvious answer. The way those characters look and the kind of spectrum of characters, that's a really exciting world. The stronger dog fucks the bitches. What a poet. It's Istvan.
In the end, see, I was right. The stronger dog fucks the bitches.
Need your strong protagonist, but you can't have that without a really strong antagonist, or several actually. In the case of KCD2, it absolutely lives and dies on the script, and I think the heads out of which these characters have come, Dan most obviously, but all his incredible team around him are very talented, imaginative, ambitious heads. They have brilliant creative minds. Henry, get up, you two. I feel like someone says it in a bathhouse when we get really drunk, and it'll be something like, oh, get off, what time is it, or something like that.
Henry! Get up, you two!
I'm not here.
But I got the tone right. I'm squeezing you for these points here. Well, the received wisdom in all media is that you're supposed to not act drunk. You're supposed to act like a drunk person trying to be sober. But with Henry, he's a lot of different stages of drunk throughout this game. So, with the Cumans, when he's singing and all that stuff, he's so drunk that I think even a person that was that drunk who was trying not to be drunk would still be very, very drunk.
I even gave a sermon. Just like that. Off the top of my head. The women's knees buckled when they heard how wisely I spoke about corruption and fornication.
Hey, Henry's come to see us. Well, the question is who said this? I think the question should be who didn't say this in the first game. That would be an easier question to answer. I mean, everyone says that, don't they? All the NPCs say it when, you walk past them.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Well, alongside the memes, there's some amazing TikTok videos. That wasn't really a thing when the first game came out. I wasn't on any social media until the beginning of the middle of last year. So all of that side of it, that's been really fun. I mean, all the ones where he's saying he's feeling quite hungry and anything to do with that always makes me laugh. But deliver us from evil. Who said this? Godwin.
But deliver us from evil.
Not only are there so many great actors in those scenes, but there's such a range as well. So the family scenes are so kind of the engine of the story for Henry. The loss of his parents is the kind of motor that just powers him forward throughout the whole story and makes him do the things he does. I lost my dad when I was quite young, and so the loss of parents is something that's quite personal. And so there was something really powerful about all of those for me. You poor boy, I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. I would say Godwin, but we've just had Godwin. And I was going to say Zizka, but I don't think Zizka would call me poor boy. Can I say Teresa?
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding.
That's hard. That was a really hard one. That was a good one, though. It's nice to hear her voice. I haven't heard it for a long time. I mean, his heart's always with Teresa, isn't it? But that would be Henry's answer. But Tom, I'm not getting involved in that battle. I need to go over those melodies again. I don't remember them too well. What comes next? It's not, is it the I think they're called Michael and George, the two characters that sing, Henry, I hear a Henry. Do they suddenly burst into song? Or is it, who would be teaching me to sing? I give up. I have to accept defeat.
I need to go over those melodies again. I don't remember them too well.
Fair enough. They aren't simple, so listen. Remember it now?
Even though I got that wrong, I'm very happy to be reminded of it. Thank you for that. In the first game, everything I was saying earlier about the kind of left field humour, the sort of like Monty Python-esque humour, and I think that's deliberate because they all reference Monty Python a lot in that studio, and a lot of like classic British comedy. Really, there's a sort of real appetite for that in Czech Republic, and like Red Dwarf, weirdly, is like massive there, which is an old show which I love. So it was kind of really fun, and we were all going for it, but we were like, I have no idea if anyone's going to run with this or whether they're just going to find it completely weird. Where does that put me on the leaderboard? I mean, not great. I thought I'd done a bit better than that. I'm not last. So, and I'm in good company. We're one behind Neil Newborn, so that's a fine place for me to be. For more like this, watch this video next. It's really fun. It's nice. It's nice to have the format mixed up a bit because most of the interviews follow a very similar path and and a brilliant path. But it's nice to just do something a bit more mixed and matched. So thank you.